Hey everyone, Jez from the Chinese Tech Away. Here with me is Neil,
Hi guys.
and today we're going to start off with Huawei. Neil, what's up with Huawei?
So, Huawei has been in the news over and over again over the last couple of months and been essentially Trump's bashing dog. And we can see that they don't like Huawei, there's trade wars going on, and last year we saw that Huawei was not allowed to have Google Play services on their phone. And everyone thought maybe this is the death of Huawei. But what's actually happened? Well, they've actually ended up being even stronger, and in April, for the very first time, they outsold both Apple and Samsung in number of phones. So this is a huge deal because these are guys that have come out with their first phone in 2005. In 15 years, they've come out on top in terms of sales. They're covering all market segments, and they're doing it all without Google services. So it's really a showcase of how a Chinese company is innovating, designing, and able to afford this product at a cheaper price to anything the competition can make. And it's really the strongest Chinese brand that I can even think of right now. And what's going to happen? How's this going to translate in the future? What are they going to be doing in this market position? I personally use the Huawei P30 Pro for nearly a year now, and I might give you my thoughts about how that performs in a long-term review. But I'm very excited to see this and what it means for the future and the innovation of the company.
Great, great. Have you tried the new P40 Pro, and are you planning on getting that anytime soon?
Well, the funny thing is, well, the P40 Pro has obviously got a better camera. The night vision is amazing. The only issue that I don't like is the front of the camera has two holes. And for me, I really like your screen real estate, your front-facing screen to be as clean as possible. And maybe you've seen some of these OnePlus phones where the camera pops out of the back. That to me is absolutely amazing, and that's great design. But clearly, I don't represent the market because the P40 Pro has been selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, I really want to see how the market is dealing with the Huawei P40 Pro without Google services, actually.
Yeah, well, the numbers are speaking for itself right now, and they're continuing to grow strong. But once you add in those services, it looks like Huawei's dominated Asia, where the Play services aren't as important. But this side, sitting in the UK now, you can see their advertising campaigns are strong on TV. They have their own app store that they built, and they're still managing some penetration of this market. But I think there's more to come from this company.
Great.
Great. So maybe let's move on then. So we've also got some other news in terms of the AMD Ryzen chips, which continue to dominate our channel. And this week we've got an update from Jez. What's going on, Jez, with the Ryzen chips?
Right, I swear to you that I'm not an AMD fanboy. However, yes, AMD has been dominating the headlines when it comes to their chipsets for this generation. This is especially prevalent with a lot of new AMD laptops that have come into the market. We never had these numbers sold last year. This year, there's been a slew of laptops carrying the new Renoir chipsets, and they are selling like hotcakes.
And what exactly are these Renoir chipsets?
So the new chipset Renoir is the new APU from the 4000 series. This is the new Ryzen 3, and basically it carries a lot of performance for very little power. So we're talking about high performance CPU or APU that is only probably 15 watts, which is probably half the power draw compared to Intel.
So break that down for me. Why should I care about power draw?
Well, when you come to a laptop, power draw is incredibly important because of two things. First of all, it's heat. When it's a laptop, there is not much space for cooling, so they need to have as low power as possible so that it's able to perform at 100%. If not, you're going to get power throttle, heat throttle. The second thing of all is battery life. Lower the wattage for APUs, the less battery juice it'll suck. So therefore, when you're talking about instead of a 6 hour battery life, you're talking about maybe an extra 2 or 3 hours added on, which makes a big deal when you have a laptop.
Some pretty hot news there, Jez. And then in terms of the laptops then, which ones are coming out and what are your recommendations?
At the moment, there are a few that are out, probably three different categories. Probably one is the gaming category, then there's the value category, and then there's the all-round category. So the first one is the kind of the gaming category. I would say either the Acer Nitro or the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. Those two are actually very, very good laptops, and they don't even compete in the same market. The Acer Nitro is actually a value laptop, so it's a budget gaming laptop, and it's able to perform very, very well, especially with those new multi-cores that are in the laptop. The other one, Asus ROG Zephyrus, very high performance gaming laptop, but also still bang on the budget for good value for money. The other category is the value. I would say probably like there's an HP Envy that's out, as well as a Lenovo. Those two laptops are very, very good when it comes to productivity, which AMD specializes at because with more cores, they're able to do more tasks at the same time. And the last one is the category of just a good laptop. The Microsoft Surface laptop have finally put an AMD chipset, so that is a big indicator where they think of going in the future.
Fantastic. Well, why don't we leave a link in below to some of those laptops, and if anyone wants an in-depth review on any of them, please let us know.
Yep, put them right down below. And that gets into our next segment, the new AMD B550 motherboards selling like hotcakes and immediately selling out. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, this is just completely confusion to me. So we're now moving on to the motherboards for the desktop Ryzens as opposed to the mobile Ryzens, which we just spoke about. B550 has come out. It's meant to be the budget version of the 500 series of motherboards. And we already had these X570, the higher end version of this motherboard series out already. And typically what happens at launch is that you expect the budget boards to be cheaper. And the fact is, sitting in the UK at the moment, going on Amazon.co.uk, and I type in B550 motherboards, most of them are unavailable. They're not there. And I can pick up an X570 motherboard for a very similar, if not cheaper price. So what's going on? All I can think is people think, oh, it's new, so it's better. Nope, it's not new, it's better. Do your homework. The actual ability of these new motherboards are not better than the X570. Maybe the only saving grace for buying a 550 is that it will run cooler, so they haven't got heat sinks and fans on them to cool down the VRMs and chipsets. But overall, if you're looking at a like-for-like price comparison, get the X570. Maybe there's other things I'm missing there.
No, I completely agree with you. I bought myself an X570 in February, and when I look at the actual things that the B550 came, it was last generation. They don't have PCIe 4 support, which, if you want to future-proof something, you at least need that technology because the SSDs are becoming PCIe 4 Gen 4, and that actually makes quite a big difference when you use your hard drive, when you basically run applications. So that is quite a puzzling move for people to buy the B550.
Yeah, and there is a whole controversy around whether or not these chips will be compatible with future PCs, and then the past PCs of Ryzen's they will no longer be compatible with. So essentially, what is in the news is that we will have one more version of the next socket of Ryzen, and these chipsets will approve it. So these new B500 series motherboards will be able to run them. So ultimately, that means today you could upgrade. The best possible chip right now in the existing series is a Ryzen 9 3950X, and hopefully, that may come down in price in a couple of years' time if you're looking at the upgrade version of this in the future. And then we have to still see the 4000 series for the desktops, and then there may be better chips there again.
I completely agree with you. The idea that you buying a B550 for future proofing is a little bit foolhardy because the AM4 sockets are about to be replaced next year or soon. So if you want to keep a motherboard for perhaps 4 years, there's no point. So if you're going to come into the final generation of the socket, then you might as well go high end in the future until you need to overhaul the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, but let's. I'll share some of the X570 motherboards that are currently out, which I would be buying, and I am looking to upgrade my computer further with a Ryzen 9 to do some video editing. So let me share some of those with you guys, and let me know your thoughts on them as well.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. If you like this video, like, subscribe in the bottom below, leave a comment.
Bing.
We'll get back right to you.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers.